Hello. Hi there. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the marketplace. Marketplace where everything happens. Existence of life is in the marketplace. Everything that will aid our existence is in the marketplace. So we should be discussing marketplace issues. We should discuss things that affect us in the marketplace. Those of you on Instagram, welcome. I see some of you in Instagram. Welcome. The marketplace is where life is, where life exists, and we need to realize that we spend most of our time, our waking moments in the marketplace. We spend it away from home. We spend it away from even religious gathering. How many hours do you spend, even if you go for a midweek service and on Sunday? How many hours do you spend in a week in a religious gathering? How many hours do you spend at home? You spend more in the marketplace. You spend more in your business. You spend more in your career. So anything that is happening in the marketplace is of utmost importance to any one of us. Like I said, I welcome those of you on Facebook, those of you on Instagram, welcome. Those of you with me on Zoom and also on YouTube, I welcome you guys. For those of you on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook, if you like to see the slides, I teach with slides. If you're interested in seeing the slides, you can move over to Zoom or you can come over to YouTube and you'll be able to see it. But if not, then you are cool where you are. You can just enjoy the teaching. Today, we are talking about the concluding part of timeless leadership lessons. Like in my continent and my country, I feel that leadership is one of our biggest issues. You know, it's one of the major issues in the world today. And so it's something that needs to be discussed. Leadership in different areas, different strata of the society, leadership in the marketplace, leadership in organizations, in companies, in government, in homes, everywhere that leadership is important. And you know what? It's the same universal, principle that cuts across all these different areas. So if you do well as a business person, you can do well as a pastor. If you do well as a pastor with this universal lessons that we want to share some today, you will do well as a business person. Leadership is about people, is about organizations, is about people. So if you can handle people, then you can also, if you can handle people in one area, you can also handle people in other areas. So this is leadership is about influence, ability to influence people to do things which maybe they will normally not want to do, but they will now do it and do it effectively because they have a good leader. Do you know that people do things for their leaders rather than the organization they belong to? Many people have told me that, you see, Uche, I am doing this for you. Many departments, units, organizations that I've been able to head and lead, they tell me that, look, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, not because of the organization, so to say. Yes, in as much as that is flattery, but I've heard it in different places, and I tried to find out why, and I asked them why, and they give me their reasons, and some of these reasons is what I teach. So today we're talking about timeless leadership lessons. What do the ancients know? What do the what do the what do the what do the this what do they, when it boils, what do the successful people know? Some of those things we need to find out what they know, and we have to apply it in our lives. So let me just give you some overview, a short overview before we get into the point. This is a continuation of what we taught last week. I shared 5 timeless leadership lessons last week, and this week I'm going to share another 5 as we round up and move into other areas. Corporate leadership all over the world they are in search of distinction. Everybody wants to distinguish themselves, and they want to make impact. They want their impact to be made and their influence to reverberate around the whole organization, or industry, even as the case may be. So organizations are seeking seriously in this time. You see that there are more leadership. Being a trainer, I know, because companies are requesting for more. They are requesting for more leadership trainings than before. So it means that there is something they've seen, that the leadership, not that they don't know about it, but now I feel that they now think is there's a particular need, there's an urgency in raising leaders within their ranks, that can help them scale and to help them become more profitable. So corporations are seeking to elevate the value of their brand proposition. Your brand proposition is just about everything. Some people mistake brand proposition to mean logos, slogans, and all that. No, brand proposition is talking about the solution to the problems that these people, your customers and potential customers are having. Your brand proposition is clear and simple. This is the problem. This is what we are offering, and that is what makes you different from the others. Just look at Apple now. They are clear on 2 things: innovation and simplicity. And they that if you're buying something from them, it's for people, it's about innovation, simplicity. And so your brand proposition is important, and you need leaders in your organization to be able to interpret this thing for you in a way that your customers will know exactly what they can expect from you and the benefits they can get from you. Organizations are also interested in competitiveness of their people, of their staff, so they can gain sustainable financial foothold in the market. However, many organizations still lack leadership substance. What do I mean? They still require wisdom in certain areas to be able to be more competitive, to climb the ladder, the industry leadership ladder, and become industry leaders. So it is very, very, very urgent right now that organizations are looking for how they can raise leaders within their ranks. So this is the time to establish a firm foundation on which to build your teams, to recruit and retain top talent, incorporate new best practices, and to establish performance standards and expectation in support of course, your business strategy, the business strategy that you have. Leaders must be able to evaluate how their leadership brand is being perceived by others. Very important. How is being perceived? What are the expectations? What are your messaging? Your messaging, is it clear? Are we able to understand what you are saying? So successful leaders must be able to reach out to know what what are the people, what are the previous successful people, what have they done, what have they done, and that we can learn from and move on. Okay, so now I will give you five timeless leadership lessons that have been compiled from successful organizations and successful CEOs. I shared five last week. I'm sharing five again this week. If you missed last week, you can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to Uche Onochie on YouTube. Just Uche Onochie, one word. You will see my YouTube channel, and you can see all my teachings. You can see both the Monday teachings and also the Wednesday, my mentoring session. You can see all of them there, and I know it will really be a blessing to you. So let us now look at some of the lessons that we can take from here today. What are the things that we can take from this? The first one is to manage your leadership brand. How do I manage my leadership brand? Because if you don't manage your leadership brand, somebody else will. Leadership branding is becoming is a word you hear more now in the corporate setting, because organizations are seeing how they can develop their own leadership brand that they can more or less sell to their people. They can define appropriately, and so they can pass on to the executive team, senior management, just cascade it down the organization. Because if a leadership brand is not instituted in an organization, what happens is that you begin to have silos, and these silos begin to form. What are silos? Silos are just business silos are units that operate differently and don't share information with other units within our organization. That should not be allowed at all, because our organization is one, even though we run in units. I loved, the last place I worked before I launched out on my own, I realized that they got it right in the management system. There we had, I think, like 8-9 divisions. Those 8-9 divisions are as profitable. Each division is as profitable as an organization. That division can become a company on its own, and whoever heads that division is like the managing director. And when everybody comes, all information is shared across board. Everybody sees what the other divisions are saying, because now what the other divisions are doing. And there is no secret, there's no secrecy anywhere. We want to succeed as an organization, because if you allow silos to form in your organization, you will begin to lose competitive edge. There will be reduction in the speed, in execution speed, ability to be proactive. You will not be able to manage crisis. In some cases, you will not even know that there is a crisis, and there's no way you can innovate when you don't have all the pictures, you don't have all the information at your fingertip. You might not be able to innovate, because what you know is just about your own unit. There can also be other areas, that there can be other areas that you need to know, other things that you need to know that can help you. All right, so when you can't manage your leadership brand, believe me, somebody else will manage it for you. A minute. When you cannot manage your own brand, somebody else will manage it for you. When this happens, you become vulnerable to what others expect from you, because you are not set forth any precedents for your expectation. The thing is, every organization, that's why it's good to work with consultants from time to time to help you develop a leadership brand of what you want. There must be a clear leadership brand for every organization, whether small or big, SMEs, startups, whatever. There must be a clear leadership. There must be a clear leadership brand that tells who you are, what we want to achieve. You become vulnerable to what others expect from you because you have not set any precedence for those expectations. So when a brand or organization doesn't have a leadership brand, it means that expectation will differ. We can all be in an organization, but our own expectations are different. What we expect that we should be doing, this is what this department expects they will be doing. This other department expects they will be doing this. And at the end of this, there is no cohesion. And when that is not there, the leadership brand is weak. It is weak, and like I said, once silos are formed, it is destructive in nature. And as a result, the balance of power and influence sways away from you, even the leader. Your own identity crisis makes it easy for others to question your capabilities, intentions, and decisions. So as a leader, if you don't have a clear brand, people will question your capabilities. Your intentions can be misread, misinterpreted, and your decisions will be the talk of every morning people are talking about the decisions you make and nothing seems to be right. So we must take personal stock of ourselves and develop our leadership brand in order for us to maximize our influence as leaders in an organization. Okay, adversity we may make another lesson. Leadership lesson is adversity. Adversity may make you or break you. But one thing adversity does is that it reveals you. Nothing reveals you like adversity. Nothing reveals you like trouble, like problem, like calamity. Somebody might be, you look at somebody, you think that person is calm. Well, you've not seen the person in a desperate position before. You've not seen the person when he feels that he's undermined. You've not seen the person under some form of pressure. Once pressure comes, there's nothing that reveals a man more than pressure. And you see that leaders are faced with adversity almost every day. As a leader, you come to work, there's one issue or the other. Even if you lead 4 people, 2 people, 3 people, those people are enough to give you the same kind of headache that somebody that is leading 2,000 people is receiving, the same kind of pressure. So now, how you confront it and lead through it are defining moments in your career. Defining moments that will help people know the kind of leader that you are. You see, leaders are employed for crisis time, crisis moments. Leaders are employed for adversity. One of the reasons why was this UK Prime Minister during the war, Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was not known and perhaps did not really do well during peacetime. But people realized that Winston Churchill was born for crisis. There's some people during peacetime, they are not very effective. When things are calm and normal, they are not effective, but they are effective when there's a crisis. And Winston Churchill was one of them. He was effective at the hour that his country has given up hope, that the enemy was going to come and take over and run them down. And so how you lead at the time of adversity determines the kind of leader that you are. And apart from how people will see you and take you, adversity does what? It primarily reveals who you are to yourself. So what other people might see as a big problem, you might see as a situation that is easily manageable. This is what makes a leader, that when people see big problems, you see opportunity. For me, as a leader, one of the things that has helped me through the years is ability to break down tasks. When you give me a humongous task to do, I have the ability to break it into different bits. And by the time I'm done, everything becomes whole. So there's a way you can look at, come and do these great tasks now. It can be demoralizing to some. But because I have developed myself to be a critical thinker and to be able to analyze things well, I can break it down to bits, then rebuild from there. So I see it as an opportunity to be active. Sometimes I pray and I say, God, I am too idle. Give me something to do, and that I want to be active more. And most of the time, it comes in crisis, and somebody calls me, my company is doing this is happening, and that is where I am able to come in, because I also believe people like me, I think I'm also like Winston Churchill. I am able to manage crisis. I'm effective in managing crisis, and also I try a bit at the time of peace. So I see opportunities. Some of the biggest opportunities in life, personally, and also in business, and in terms of profitability, and has always been crisis. When you solve problem as a leader, that is where the society rewards you. Your company, the society, your customers, your clients, what they are actually doing is that they are rewarding you. They are rewarding you for solving a problem. I have a need. So, and I don't know about how to go about that need. Then you solve it for me, and I say thank you. Every product you buy in the market you are saying thank you to people that thought about it and brought that product into limelight. So anytime you do something, when you solve a problem, people reward you, the society rewards you for it. So don't run from adversity. It's always a time of growth. Who are the people that get promoted? Are people that showed leadership, that did not cringe and run away when there was a crisis in the company. When a company is going through things, some people resign and move to another company. I've seen a lot of people, when a company is going through crisis, it's not that you cannot move, but please be selective in your movement. I've seen people move from the company. They've worked in the company for 5 years, and they are building, and I thought they were building their career in that industry, only for that company to have problems, and they move away from that industry and from that company and get another job in another industry. So they are starting all over again, and they're not seeing it so. Well, see, there is something. It's just like when project management came. I didn't even know what project management was. When I was very young, I started working, and one of my boss's friends told me that he gave me an assignment to do, and he said, go and he said to me, go and when I finished, he said to me, this thing that you have, this skill that you have to work on different sites at the same time, if you have a project management diploma, I didn't think there was a degree at that time, that it will help you become a better person. So you see, it's because of my GM at that time was having crisis. And because he was having crisis, I was able to come in and help him assist him rather in that project. And that was where I got promoted. And that was also when I got to hear some insight about this project management and the things. And he helped me to be able to become a project manager that can handle many sites, many activities, all at the same time. So it's don't run away from opportunity, from jobs. Your boss comes and say, look, we've been assigned this. Some people will say, oh, this man likes to take on responsibilities and he just put us in pain. I remember many years ago, I think it was on the 15th of August, and everybody was gearing up for Christmas. And we don't like it when we have to close 24th. And maybe your parents parents, because we're very young, or your family has moved to another city for the holiday, and you just have maybe just a few days. We hated it, as youngsters in our early 20s. And so, but our manager was always taking those type of jobs. And when it takes that type of job, what happens is that we feel it, and we didn't really like it, but we feel it. So one day, that Christmas, we worked till 24th, then we came back on the 28th or 29th, and we worked through, and we only had New Year's Day as holiday, then we went back to work. So, people didn't like it. But I just kept thinking that there is no smoke without fire. How can somebody like this type of thing? He's a married man with 2 kids. How can he decide not to stay with his family? There must be gain. I was looking at it. No, there must be gain. There must be something about this guy. So I summoned up the courage. I went to meet him and said, sir, that something is wrong. He said, oh, you people have come again that to complain. I said, no, sir, I'm not here to complain. I used to complain, but now I'm curious. I want to know why. And he said something to me. He said, those that run towards the bullet are the ones that survive the war. I can never forget that. He said, those that run towards the bullet and not hide in the trenches are those that survive the war. The ones that hide in the trenches, those are the ones that they come and bomb. But those that run and face the bullet coming, most of the time, they survive the war. So I realized that was all he said to me. But I knew what he was saying, that when you face the eye of the storm, most likely you come out of the storm than when you are hiding your head and you realize that the storm will come and take you wherever you are. So I knew that for him, he was taking on all the responsibilities that were coming because he needed to prove to management that he was capable. Do you know that 6 months down the line, this guy became a GM? He was a GM at 30. And it was a world record as that company is concerned, because the average GM is about 55 upwards. There hasn't been any GM that was less than 55 years old in that organization, but this guy at 30 became the GM. Now I knew why. And guess what? They gave him a Prado Jeep, or Prado Land Cruiser, Prado, I think it was a Prado. They gave him, and the big life started for him. I left the company shortly afterwards, but he knew exactly what he was doing. There is no promotion without running towards the eye of the storm, without running towards the bullets flying. When you cringe from it, you might not survive the war. So that was the lesson I got. And this is also the lesson I will tell you, this is also the lesson I will share with you. Adversity is good. It is good. When you step back and view with a wide angle view, you will begin to see adverse circumstances with clarity and understanding, and how to run and let it benefit you. Okay, another point of this lesson is a leader's success is never won at an instant, but it's always cumulative. It's always cumulative. Leadership is a journey, and you can never go it alone. Leadership success is not something you attain at once. It's a journey you start, and most of the time for the rest of your life, you are in this journey, moving from one level to the other. And so it's a culmination of the work that you do and how it all ties, and how you handle the rough patches along the way, that forms your legacy. So what am I saying now? It is how you handle the simple tasks along the way that will form your leadership, that will form your leadership brand, will form your leadership style, and this will be the legacy that you leave. So leadership is not about instant success. It's not about one thing you do, but a series of things that you have done that will add up for you. And every single task, let me tell you something. Some people say they don't play to the gallery. Not playing to the gallery, it's not that, you see, not playing to the gallery is also the same thing that is said, and don't blow your trumpet. It's rude to blow your trumpet. But I've seen in the corporate world, if you don't blow your trumpet, nobody's going to blow it for you. I stay in meetings, I stay in management meetings, and I see sometimes people are just lying and saying, by this time next month, and there was this guy that was always talking big, and he would say that by this time we're bringing in 100 million, everybody will clap for him. And the following month, I'll ask him, where is the money? How will you be able to bring it? He said, my brother, don't worry, that I found something to tell them the last time. I'll keep telling them, and I'll find something to keep telling them, and he doesn't know that he left shamefully. He left the organization shamefully, because you cannot lie for 6 months. Because he was employed as a group head. He came and talk. They gave him the position and gave him 6 months. After 6 months, he was disgraced out. But to him, he didn't care. He said, well, if he survives, it's his luck. If he's lucky, he will survive. If not, he will go. Leadership is not about luck. It's about how you have tied all these loose ends as you go. It's how you relate with people, how you relate with customers, how you handle issues, So it's not just one day. It's not about succeeding just once. It's about the series of things you do, how you lead the people that are assigned to you, how you handle company property, how you retire when you are giving money. It's about everything, because the day you are going to be judged, they are not going to judge you in the big things. They're going to judge you in the simple things. They're going to judge you. Now it's what you do throughout the rest of your tenure that matters. And whether or not you can now sustain this expectation that people have of your leadership. See, people are watching you. When you are consistent in doing what is right, you have to continue to strive to do what is right. But can somebody do what is right all through? The thing with that is that people will give you the benefit of doubt when you are always doing what is right. We are human beings. We can fall into error. We can make mistakes and all that. But people will forgive you. They will forgive you if you make mistake once or twice. or there's error in judgment once or twice, they will forgive you. But now when you begin to make a lot of errors in your decisions, they will begin to see that you're not capable. So the decisions that you make on a daily basis as a leader must be thorough. This is what I wanted to say before it skipped my mind. You go into leadership knowing that I was talking about blowing your trumpet. From the day you sign up in that company, you decide whether you get to top management is a decision. If we have two young lads that get into a company at 25, one is just coming into the company because one, he wants to have a job. He wants to have money. He just wants to better his life, get a house, get married, do all those things. That is his objective. He will achieve all those things, but his ladder up the ladder up the organization will not be as fast as somebody that came and said, look, I want to go into top management. You know what is happening is how you have conditioned your mind. How you condition your mind brings about your reality. And you know that law of attraction, it says that what is predominant in your mind, you attract. So the guy now that just wants to make ends meet, opportunities to make ends meet will continue to come to him. And it's not a bad thing. His growth is slow, but it's not a bad thing. It's what he wants. But the guy that says, I want to get to that top, he comes, everything he does is calculated. He's looking at whatever he's doing, how does he affect this going up the ladder? He's intentional about going up the ladder. You see, success, you have to be intentional. You can't be you can't say bring humility here. Because sometimes believers, we have positive humility. Or so we have negative humility. This is what you want to achieve. Go for it. Go for it. Don't say, I know, I think it's rude for, I don't think it's right for us to blow your trumpet. If you don't blow it, somebody else will blow it in a wrong way and will be blowing wrong vibes against you. If it's your decision, you come to this place. When I started working, I said, this MD, I went for the first management meeting. I said, this man will teach me how to make wealth. He teach me how to create wealth. So I wasn't bothered about the salary. I wasn't bothered about the promotion and all that. I was bothered about what I would get from him because that was what I was interested in. So if you are intentional about moving up, opportunities that will help you move up will come. That's why you will move faster than somebody that is interested only in making ends meet. Success is intentional. Some people say, I'm going to work for 10 years. I had a friend, we started working at 22, and he said, I will work for 10 years, but by 35, I must be a successful business person. I would have been in business for 3 years. So he worked until he was 32, and at 35, he was already in business. And he was already doing well. It's anytime I go to Lagos, someone I call, if I can't see him, I call him. Because he's one of the friends that I have that motivates me to do better. He knows what he wants. He's calculated. He doesn't joke around. He tells you whatever he tells you he will do, he's going to do. And even before 35, at 34, he was already a successful business person. And now he's way up there. So he started working. And when he started working, what did he say? He said, I will work here 10 years. I will start my business. And so by the 7th and 8th year, he had already started his own company. He had already formed his own company. He had 1 or 2 staff. And he was already doing small business before he does that at the end in the evening, when everybody is going home, going to eat somewhere, he goes to his business. Weekends is there, Saturdays, Sunday after church, he goes there trying to build the business. So when he eventually left the business, the business was fairly stable because this is what he wanted to do. Not like somebody, he had a colleague that was laid off at the same time that started business. Who do you think will run faster? Is it not the guy that is intentional about his growth? Is this guy that is intentional about his growth? And this is how it works. You must be intentional about getting to that ladder, intentional about what you do, because once you make up your mind, this is what you want to do, man and the elements of creation will favor you to bring it to pass. It's a natural law that cannot be changed. Just like the law of gravity. It cannot be changed. What goes up comes down. So you have to be intentional about these things, about a leader. Okay. Another point I need to do, I'm saying now, that relates to people, is give to others in faith, not expecting anything back. Most of the time you will receive, but don't deal with people because you want to expect something from them. Leadership is about having the best. It's about having the best interest of others at all times. For you to be successful as a leader, you must have the best interest of others at all times. It's about sharing the harvest of the momentum that you are building with others. Leadership is about influence. Who do you influence? Do you influence spirits? Is it not human beings you influence? Do you influence building? Do you influence structures? It's human beings that you influence. Leaders must recognize that it is their responsibility to inspire and to unite. And in doing so, they expand their own influence through others. It is people that will help you to be influential. It is your people that will sing your praise. And management will begin to hear. It's the people that work for you that will begin to say things. When you are a leader that gives, you are selfless, you are giving, you are interested in you have the best interests of people at heart. Give them what is due them. And when they do well, recognize them that they did well. Some leaders, no matter what you do, will never recognize you for what you do. They take all the glory. I wonder when leaders take all the glory. I laugh because the glory is yours. Do you know that when they sit in top management and a department does well, people say, and the head of department comes out and say, oh, Uche did very well. He was one of the people that helped us make sales. Do you know what top management is going to say? This manager is good. He knows how to take care of his people. They will not even give credit to the person because to them, they believe in hierarchy, and they believe in hierarchy. They believe in hierarchy and who they are put there. So they will say, he manages people well. The glory comes to the head. So don't hoard the glory of people. Give them what is due them. If there's an allowance that is due them, give to them. Don't hoard anything. Don't hoard praises. Don't hoard kindness. Be there for them. You are building interest and influence through others. Among many things, leadership is about those around. Leadership is about making those around you better. By being what? A great teacher, investing in relationship with your people, making sound decisions and avoiding procrastination and complacency. This will help you as a leader to do better. It's ultimately that about serving the needs of people and the organization at large. You serve the needs of the organization through the people that are under you. Through the people that are under you. So you must be a teacher. As a leader, You know, like the CEO of an organization is the father of the organization, is the leader, is the teacher. You groom, you groom. I say that the marketplace, the office should be run like a teaching hospital. If businesses can learn what doctors do in the teaching hospital, I believe that it will help them. How do I mean? How do I mean? They teach their interns right there with the trouble. People come, they are sick. There's no special time. The practicals are done right there with sick people. And so you see a doctor come and they are talking, so what do you think is wrong with this person? They will say this, say, no, it's not this. This is what is right there. They're teaching you. The same thing in business. It must be replicated, that on-site teaching. And it will help the younger people grow. And when you see that somebody is interested in your growth and not hiding, some leaders, some heads of department and managers, they don't teach you the job because they are scared that maybe you come and take their position one day. So a leader that is afraid of his position is actually afraid of being promoted. He's not sure if he's going to be promoted, so he wants to keep this one, and I don't think there's wisdom in that. While this may sound, one day they will give back to you. These people you have given to, they will give back to you and the organization more than you ever expected. When you give to your organization your best, when you give to your people in the organization your best, they will give back to you. They always do. But don't give with the mindset of expecting, because the way you give is not the way you will receive. Most of the time, the way you give is not the way that you will receive. So when you're giving, give by faith, not out of expectation. But surely when you sow, you will receive it. Do not be expecting for them to reciprocate in a particular way. You will receive, but not in the way you give. And the organization will honor you, and the people in the organization will honor you. Okay, I think another point I want to raise here is, tell me who you associate yourself with, and I will let you know how you lead. Birds of a feather, they flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. Tell me who are your friends, and I tell you who you are. And I also tell you how you lead. You see, whoever you decide to associate with greatly influences your intentions. Whoever you associate yourself with will influence your intentions, the decisions you make, and that will ultimately shape your leadership brand. Every 6 months, you should be able to reevaluate your network, your friends, and your relationships. Who you hang out with, who you allow to say things into your life, who you allow to speak into your life, to say things and to advise you and to counsel you is very important. You might think, oh, he can say something and I might take it or not. It's a lie. Once somebody keeps telling you one thing, after a while you begin to think about it. You begin to reason, maybe this person is right. I need to maybe listen to what he's saying. Every 6 months, you need to evaluate your network, your friends, and the relationships. Ask yourself the value each person has presented towards making you a better person and making you more effective. See, don't out of pity keep everybody in your network. And I'm not saying you cut off everybody, but you see that you don't have to respond to them as fast as you do. There's some people that in your inner circle, when you see their missed call, you call back. When you see them call, you take their call. You're in a meeting. When somebody is in a meeting and say, excuse me, and please, let me just take this call. I know that the person there is very important. But when somebody calls you and you just silence the call, it means that the person might be important, but it's somebody you can call later. So it now left for you how you respond to them. You cannot leave an important meeting to talk to somebody that is not contributing any way in any form to your growth. Rather, when you talk to him, you lose instead of gaining. There's some people that you allow into your space that by the time you talk to them, they come to subtract, they don't add. My policy is that even if you are not adding, don't subtract. Don't bring in negative thoughts and negativity into what I'm doing. Because some people, when they tell you what this person is doing, this person is doing, this person is doing, this person is doing, they're like sowing negative thoughts. And if you cannot advise me, let's just gist on things that have nothing to do with my work. But people, in the bit of saying that they need to help you, they will, oh, I saw this company, they're doing this. I saw this one. Don't entertain everything that is not there to edify, to build you. Evaluate how these people have influenced and shaped the way you think, act, and innovate. Are they helping you evaluate your strengths, or mainly mainly exposing your weaknesses? Find ways to refreshing your and strengthen your network. Continually socialize so that you can bring in more quality people. One day, my wife asked me, who are the kind of people that I want? And when I told her, it was like, wow, don't you think that you are trying to have a certain class of people? I said, it's not about a certain class of people. It's about people that are visionaries like me, that are building something, that have built something. So when they see me, they know that this man is building something. We're all building things, and nobody will tell me, oh, this thing you are building is too much, because what they are building is also great. We encourage each other. So I cannot say, oh, because I like you, and now become a friend with somebody that is not building. Anybody that is not building something, probably be difficult for us to be in the same space for too long. It'd be difficult for you to be in my inner circle, because all I talk is about innovation. All I talk is about how to do better. So if like you are stagnant in your thought and your way, it might be a problem for us to hang out, because you might find it irritating that I keep talking about how can I improve what you already think that is working. But to me, it has only worked for a while. I want something better. So you cannot afford to deal with people that bring weakness and people that try to stop you. Time is valuable, so spend it on people that matter. Okay, these leadership lessons, they are timeless maxims for expanding your influence, advancing your career, guiding your organization to greater success, and helping those you lead to do the same. It's no longer just about what you know, but what you do with what you know. Okay, so I've come to the end of this particular presentation on timeless leadership lessons. Next week, we have another wonderful leadership topic. Leadership is very important. I'm taking my time to talk about leadership because it's very important now in the corporate world. So I'm taking my time here. So for those of you that are coming on Instagram, Facebook, Zoom, and on YouTube, one more time, welcome. I'll just give a brief intro of Marketplace Apostles, the foundation that is bringing this work. If you don't know, the things that we do is Marketplace is generated from Marketplace Apostles. And Marketplace Apostles is an organization that is committed to equipping men and women with principles for success in 5 areas: business, career, leadership, personal finance, and relationships, and also life issues, which involves relationships. If you have interest, the teachings I teach are just in these 5 areas. This is the marketplace, and what I do, I have 2 objectives: to bring marketplace issues. These are the issues that we face in the marketplace as leaders or business people. This is what I bring here. And also to shape the mind of these new leaders, these emerging leaders, to shape their mind and to help them. This is what I do. This is my life work, to groom people and release them. And by the grace of God, I have grown very extremely successful people that are global entrepreneurs, that are now global investors and leaders and thought leaders all over the world. And I can do the same for you. Two things I do. On Wednesday by 4 p.m. On Wednesday by 4 p.m. On Wednesday by 4 p.m. Every 4 p.m. on Wednesday, I do a mentoring session. How does it work? Just ask me a question in these 5 areas. And I will come and I will answer it. That is how I can use to mentor people. So people are asking me questions, and 90% of those questions are on life issues. They're on life issues, relationship, marriages, parenting, all that. Though I still get questions on business leadership, personal finance, and all that. But people are in their need. We started this thing during the lockdown because we wanted to be there for someone. We wanted to be there for people, and we helped a lot of people. People that are depressed, people on the spot of committing suicide, and they hear your voice and hear your counsel, and they turn back. They turn back from committing that type of heinous thing, a crime to themselves. So now I say that mentoring came as a lifesaver. Every Wednesday 4 p.m. just put the question in my DM and I'll come out there and I'll answer it. That's all. But I'll just urge you, if you know someone, please help us share this to someone. Just notify someone that Marketplace Apostle is offering this. This webinars, every Monday we're here. We've been here for 3 years or more. Every Monday we come out and we do this. Then also every Wednesday I come and answer those questions. But people have said, Uche, I need you to coach me to greatness. And is this 1 hour thing of which I'm not contributing? I can ask you questions, but you only have 1 hour to answer it. But I feel that I have issues that I need to talk to you for a long time. I need you to help me shape my mind to become successful. People ask for that. You can take it a notch higher and then coach me. And when you want to coach me, then put out your DM there. Put in your DM and put your number where I access you. Then I can coach you one-on-one for that time. But that is not free. It's not free. But it's not something that is affordable. But it's to take out that time from my busy schedule to make out that time for you and to coach you. Many people have benefited from that coaching. Today, they are universal entrepreneurs and investors. And you can also be the same and say, look, Uche, I need you to coach me. I want to know what it will take. Then we will let you know what it takes. Okay, so I invite you with this. I invite you on Wednesday. Come and take a look at the answers, the questions people ask and the answers, and you can help us and just share it out there. Okay, I want to specially invite you in October 7th to 9th for Make in Nigeria exhibition and conference. Marketplace Apostle host Make in Nigeria exhibition and conference. This is the largest gathering of business people, leaders, government people in the south and southeast of Nigeria. Unfortunately, this year is not live. We're doing it virtual, but even at that, the attendance is a lot. Last year we did virtual because of the lockdown, and we still had over a lot of people attend. And also within their exciting topics, we have speakers from the US, from Australia, from South Africa, from all over the world, and powerful speakers also from Nigeria. Make it a date. This is our annual event. I hope to see you. Just make it a 7th to 9th. You will see it on all our handles, please like it and register. Or you can go to Make It Nigeria website. You can see a link there that can lead you to a landing page where you register. Register now. It promises to be an awesome time. Marketplace Apostle is committed to raising the entrepreneur, changing the mindset of the entrepreneur to become an emerging leader in Africa. This is what we are committed to do. I hope to see you on Wednesday by 4 p.m. If you want to get across to me for coaching, fine. I would like to coach you to greatness. So on that note, I say thank you. We passed the 1 hour mark. I don't like to keep people more than the 1 hour mark. God bless you guys. Have a good night rest.